Shemai everyone, and welcome to this class on pattern. So this is the next formal element that we're going to be looking at. Our learning objectives for today then. We're going to be learning more about pattern and what it is, learning the names of different types of patterns, practicing your drawing skills, and you're going to be creating your own patterned poster at the end of the lesson. So pattern is the process where shapes, images, colours or lines are repeated or gathered together. So I'm sure you see patterns everywhere. Let's have a look at some examples. Patterns can occur naturally, for example, in animals' fur. So I've got a picture here of a zebra and you can see the different lines that are created in his coat. So what makes a pattern then? Well, a pattern is created by repeating one design element. This can be a mark, a line, a shape, or a colour. This is called a motif. Even the simplest motif can create infinite variations of patterns. So we've got a single repeat there, a half drop repeat where one comes down in the middle. We've got rotation repeat, so perhaps it's been turned around on a single point. We've got a reflection repeat, so this is when the motif is reflected on a line or on an axis. And then we've got a random repeat, so this is where they're just all over the place. So this image shows you different types of checked patterns that you may have seen in every day. So we've got checks, gingham, plaid, tartan and so on. For example, you might see tartan in the Scottish kilt, or you might see the checks in the finish line flag, and you might see gingham in a picnic blanket. Oftentimes we find patterns in our clothing, so we have lots of patterns on our clothes. Maybe take a look around your room, or what are you wearing now? Can you see any interesting patterns happening in the fabric that you're wearing? Clothing was particularly patterned in the 1960s. So clothing in the 1960s was bright, colourful and diverse. Psychedelic prints, neon colours and mismatched patterns were everywhere. And I've got some images there for you as well so you can have a look at them. What do you think of those patterns? So this image shows some examples of how we can draw basic patterns. So we might want to do circles, maybe diagonal lines, maybe swirls, maybe teardrops. Perhaps we want to do a wave, or maybe we want to do crisscrosses, or maybe squiggly lines. Perhaps you can even make up your own pattern. You can decide what kind of pattern you want to create in your own work. This leads me on to your task then. So your brief task or main task, you're going to be creating a patterned poster with your name in the middle. So you're going to need an A4 piece of paper, a pencil and perhaps some colouring pens, and I've got a wonderful example there on this video slide where you can see someone called Katie has created a really intricate, beautiful patterned poster using lots of different types of colours and lots of different types of designs. And so you know exactly how to make this poster, I've recorded a little video clip of me creating my own poster and I've done a time lapse as well. Hi guys and welcome to this pattern lesson task. So you're going to need a sheet of A4 paper, a pencil. If you have a ruler, that's good, but if not then don't worry. And you might also need some colouring pencils. So I know some of you don't have colouring pencils to hand, so just make sure that your work is really detailed with different patterns and intricate shapes inside. So I'm going to put my colouring pencils next to me. And I'm going to draw the first part. So I'd like you to turn your page landscape and I want you to draw your name in the middle in bubble writing. So let's see now. I can show you. I'm going to start. I'm going to put Miss.Evans, okay? So you would just put your first name. And what I'm going to do is just do that in some bubble writing. And you want it to be in the middle of your page. And now if you have a ruler, what I'd like you to do is start making these kinds of lines coming off your name. So can you see how I've started from the letter? And I'm going to do one by here. Oops. And I'm just doing random lines, so they don't have to look any certain way. And now if you have a ruler, what I'd like you to do is start making these kinds of lines coming off your name. So can you see how I've started from the letter? And I'm going to do one by here. Oops. And I'm just doing random lines, so they don't have to look any certain way. Okay, so your page should look like this now. It should have your name in the middle and bubble right in, and then you should have some different lines coming off. If you don't have a ruler, what I'd suggest you do is get another sheet of paper and using the edge of your paper, make your lines this way. Okay, so we should all be at this point now, and what I'm going to start doing is adding different kinds of patterns in my name, and I think I'm going to start off with a colour. If you haven't got colours, just do this in a pen, and I'm going to make a pattern. That's my first letter, and what I'd like you to do is do that for the whole thing. So you're going to do each letter in your name a different pattern, and then each one of these triangles in the background is going to be a different pattern as well. So if I get a green now, if I show you this one, I might want to do stripes going across. And it's going to look great at the end. We'll have loads of different patterns inside. And you can do some of the patterns you've looked at today as well in your lesson, okay? Hope you understand what to do now anyway. So I'm going to do a little time lapse of me doing mine, and I'm going to show you it at the end. Bye guys. Okay guys, so I finished off my pattern sheet, and now what I've done is started going over my name with a pen, so it's a little bit bolder. I'm just following my lines around. And you can also do your other lines if you want to. So these ones are in black. I'm going to leave mine. So don't rush it guys, take your time, create something that's really interesting to look at, loads of patterns on it, and have fun while you do it. And I can't wait to see the finished work uploaded onto Teams. So heil for now guys, and speak to you later. Bye!